Hello everyone. Today we'll guide you through using the Energy Star Portfolio Manager ESPM connector to create and update your RETScreen portfolio. First of all, the RETScreen Connect tool is an advanced automation and integration feature within the RETScreen Expert Clean Management software. It allows the users to seamlessly link external data sources such as Energy Star Portfolio Manager, Excel, and other data sources that can be seen here. These are different connectors that allow to connect your various data sources and create a RETScreen portfolio. This allows to streamline your data management, analysis, and reporting. Using the RETScreen Connect feature, RETScreen project files such as .retx and .retp files, as well as a mapping file, will be automatically created. The mapping file defines how the data fields from Portfolio Manager will be linked to RETScreen, for example. In other words, the mapping file tells RETScreen where to put your data from your data source. This allows the RETScreen portfolio to support efficient, standardized data onboarding, reduces manual input, and minimizes the risks of errors when importing your data with this RETScreen tool. In this video, we'll focus on the Energy Star Portfolio Manager connectors. There are two Energy Star Portfolio Manager connectors. There is the Create from File and Update connector that use an Excel data export to create and update your portfolio. There is now in this release the RETScreen Direct Connection. We'll start by using the Direct Connection method. So, using the Direct Connection method, RETScreen Clean Energy Management software can securely connect to your Energy Star Portfolio Manager through an API. This approach eliminates the need to manually download data files and enables real-time access to your facility's energy data within RETScreen. The direct connection is ideal for organizations that want to automate and simplify the flow of energy performance data for ongoing analysis and reporting. There is some few steps required for the direct connection to your Energy Star Portfolio Manager account. I've already done these steps on my account, so note that it should look like this once the process is completed. Yours, by going to Account Settings and then the Software Development tab, will look something like this. The tab will prompt you and will ask you if you're using the Web Services API to develop software to exchange data with Portfolio Manager. Simply select Yes and click the Register button. You'll be brought to a registration form. Simply fill in the form as applicable and make sure to indicate that the API will be used for RETScreen Expert. Once that is completed, you need to wait for the confirmation from ESPM that your account is ready to use with their Web Services API. Once you've received this confirmation, simply go back to where we were within RETScreen by going into File, Open, My Portfolio, New, and getting to this screen. You'll now click on the Energy Star Portfolio Manager icon here and be prompted to enter your credentials, so your username and password that you use to log into your ESPM account. Next, there is two options for the destination. There is the Create New Portfolio and Update Existing Portfolio. Create New Portfolio will create a portfolio from scratch with all the project files using your Energy Star Portfolio Manager account and the API. The other option, which we'll go after, is the Update Existing Portfolio. This is used to add in any new facilities or new meters to your RETScreen portfolio connected to your Energy Star Portfolio Manager application. So, let's say I click on Creating Portfolio, I select my destination. My portfolio will look something like this. So, each of these files has a direct connection to my Energy Star Portfolio Manager. Each of these files has its own energy data, its own metering, its own facility sizes, and they each are individual facilities. If I wanted to update the meters contained within these facilities, I can simply click on Update Data here. Let's say, however, I was missing some meters or missing some facilities I need to add in post, or that were added into my Energy Star Portfolio Manager account. I'd simply go back to the screen, click on my RETScreen Connect Direct Connect, and then select Update Existing Portfolio with the same thing. This may require that your portfolio is closed, so simply open a blank file to update. This will add in any new data as well as any new meters and facilities contained within your Energy Star Portfolio Manager account. If a direct connection is not available to you for whatever reason and you still want to import your data into RETScreen and create a portfolio or update your portfolio, this is still possible using our RETScreen Connect feature. You can instead use the RETScreen Connect curriculum file and update feature here. So if I click on my Energy Star Portfolio Manager icon, it'll open up this window asking me for a data source, which is a Excel data file, and a destination, so where do I want to create this new portfolio. Where do I obtain this Excel file? We will return to our Energy Star Portfolio Manager in our browser here. So this is the front page. In this window here, Manage Portfolio, there is download your entire portfolio to Excel or create a custom download. So if I click on download your entire portfolio to Excel here, what it's going to do is open this green window where once my download is completed, I can download everything and add it in. What I'm going to do instead is create a custom download for just to alleviate the number of facilities I'm going to be importing into this portfolio. So if we go here, I need to create a custom download. First step is to select the properties that I want to be importing or exporting the data from. So I'm going to click on this blue button here. Next, we have a test portfolio. So these are our ENERCAN facilities. I'm simply going to filter this group and select all of these facilities here and apply my selection. So I have 10 selected items. Next, I'm prompted, what type of data do I want to include? I just want the basic information for this, so basic property information. Next, I want my meters. What kind of meters do I want to import? I want to do my energy meters and my water meters for this example. And next, my meter entries. So the data contained within this meters. So same thing, energy and water from these meters. Next, I can specify a date. So I'm just going to do March 2023 all the way to next March, the end of next March 2024. And I'm not going to include my inactive meters, and I'm not going to include my unassociated meters. So once these steps are done, my properties are selected, what kind of data I want to import, simply click on Submit. And what's going to happen here, it's another green window that asks to refresh the page just to check when this download is completed. I'm just going to click on Refresh, and I'll be able to download a file containing my data here. Next, once that data is imported, or I've downloaded that data from ESPM, I'll go back into my portfolio. So we went into here, we had this window. I'm simply going to browse my files, grab my custom download that I grabbed from ESPM, and I'm going to select where to put it as a destination. So same thing with the direct connect. Let's say you did a secondary data importation and you had new facilities and new meters. I could use the same thing, update the existing portfolio, and update my existing portfolio with these new meters and these new facilities. This one instead asks for a .xml file or the mapping file we mentioned earlier, just to explain where the data goes within my RETScreen portfolio. This is created at the same time as your RETScreen portfolio and is probably in the same folder as it. We also need to select the RETScreen portfolio itself that we are updating. Basically, once I've run that, I clicked on the green icon. It'll create a portfolio like this with all of my facilities. So if this is the first time seeing a RETScreen portfolio, each of these lines is its own facility itself with its own facility size, NASA weather data, energy consumptions, water consumptions for the period I have selected. We showed how to update the portfolio with any missing meters or any missing facilities using the RETScreen Connect tool. Let's say you were in a scenario where all of your facilities and meters were already in your portfolio and you simply wanted to update the existing data within it. We'd start by going to your portfolio tab here and then click on RETScreen Connect in the ribbon top here. This will open this window where I'll be prompted to add in my mapping file and my data source. So the mapping file created for my portfolio and the data source with containing my most recent data sets. My window will now look like this, and I'll need to change the options so the data I want to be imported is imported correctly. So first of all, we can select the worksheet where our data is going to come from. In my case, it's from meter entries, as this is where the data is located. Next, I need to select the first row of my data. So within my Excel file, on meter entries, my property names, my portfolio manager ID, all my consumptions are located on my row 7. So I'm just going to close this, and I'm going to change it to 7. Next, I can select my import method. There is update and clear and replace. Update means that RETScreen is going to look at the data already present in the files and then add in any missing data within those date frames or data points. Clear and replace will simply remove all of the data located within the portfolio and then replace it with the contents of the file I am importing or connecting. For this example, I'm going to select update. Next, we can select to update our NASA weather data. So we can select yes, no, or user defined, meaning we can select only a certain period to update. For this example, and for sake of time, I'm going to select no. Next, we can select which files I want to update. I can select my whole portfolio or every facility located in my mapping file. Instead, I'm going to select my group here, Ontario, which contains all of my files where the province is Ontario. I could also select certain facilities or specific facilities with my user defined here. Next, begin and end. So this is the period of data that I wish to import. In my case, I want to import all of it. So I'm going to say all. Next is the sub-daily data. So currently my portfolio has no sub-daily data. It's all monthly data. So I'm simply going to click on OK here. Let's say I already created a portfolio using this create from file or update method, but I wanted my meters to be directly connected to my Energy Star portfolio manager. I will need to open one of these files, so one of these individual facilities. I'll take the CanMet Energy Varen Lab, which looks like this on the inside, and I'll go to my data tab. So these are the meters I imported between 2023 and 2024 for my electricity and natural gas. I'm going to click on the meter I want to update, so electricity consumption, and I'm going to go in the ribbon and select data source. Next, going to click on Energy Star Portfolio Manager and add in my credentials. Next, a refresh is required, so I'm just going to click on the refresh button here. I then have to go into my list of facilities and select the facility where my meter is located. So the CanMet Energy Lab in Varennes. And the meter I am updating is my electricity grid meter. I can then select to clear and replace or append the data. In my case, I'll simply append the data because they're from the same source. I'm just going to check that my electricity is my consumption, my power is my demand. Both of my cost columns are considered to be costs before clicking on calculate here. So this is the entirety of my data set for my electricity consumption for the Varennes lab. I can also update the data whenever I want, and the data will also be able to be updated within my portfolio tab. I will need to do all of my meters that I wish to directly connect in the same way. This concludes the presentation on the ESPM Energy Star Portfolio Manager connector for RETScreen Expert. Hopefully this helped you. If you have any questions, please forward them to our customer support inbox. We'll include a link in the description. It will be our pleasure to answer any questions you might have.